Last time on the 1 Minute Authority, I explained how the 4 parts of a video-based client attraction system works. If you haven't seen that video yet, you can watch it here. But maybe you're wondering, hey, now wait a minute, would a video-based client attraction system involve the making of more than one video? Because the idea of making like 50 of them just sounds a little crazy. So as I see it, the real problem is not making the 50 videos. The real problem is making just one good one. Now, imagine feeling confident enough to make one good video without breaking a sweat. If you could do that, then making 50 more the same way would be no big deal, right? So why don't we solve the problem of making one good video first, then the 50 won't look so big anymore. To talk about making one good video, we have to talk about these guys. What is it about Yoda, Merlin, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Mr. Miyagi that makes us give them mad respect? I think it's because they help us see the ordinary world in extraordinary ways. But if you think about it, being Merlin the magician is also your job. It's why a customer is going to choose you over someone else. If Merlin and Obi-Wan Kenobi opened a coaching practice, they'd have no end of clients because everyone would want to enjoy life from their higher perspectives. Hi, I'm Stephen Washer, and this is the 1 Minute Authority. Today, let's look at how you can give your viewers the gift of stopping, thinking, and gaining a higher perspective in only 20 seconds. This is part 2 in our teaching series about how to create a video series to make your business more visible. Now, last time we went over the 4 steps of the client journey. Today, we'll look at one really important kind of video you'll be making. When you get this down, you'll be able to create many more along these same lines. So how does it work? Well, what I'd like to do here is walk you through the first 20 seconds of most of the videos you'll be creating in your series because they can all start in a similar way. The technique has 3 simple steps. Number 1, you bring up a commonly accepted problem like why it's so hard to lose belly fat when you're on a diet. 2, you mention a commonly accepted solution like speeding up your metabolism. And 3, you demolish the common wisdom by citing a credible source. Now, this does 2 things for you. It immediately raises your profile and creates curiosity about what the solution might actually be, which means the rest of your video gets watched. There's also a third benefit, which may be the most important in the long run. It acts like a double-edged sword. If your viewer accepts your perspective, you have a new fan. If they think you're an idiot, they walk away. Bottom line, you build a more cohesive tribe and set the stage for explosive growth. Hard to believe this could all come from 3 simple steps? I'll take the role of the weight loss coach and we'll watch it. So going back to our example, now, if you thought that eating more rice could help you with weight loss and make you more healthy, you might want to think again. According to a study done by researchers from the School of the Biological Sciences at the University of Aberdeen in Scotland, rice grown in the US has arsenic levels up to 5 times higher than rice grown in Europe, India, and Bangladesh. So think twice about where that rice comes from the next time you go to the grocery store. Now, this is the kind of provocative statement that will win you hardcore fans and alienate those who have a much different way of looking at things. So, time for the 1-minute summary. Number 1, you start your video by raising a commonly accepted problem like why it's so hard to lose belly fat when you're on a diet or why depression is so hard to cure. 2, you mention a commonly accepted solution like speeding up your metabolism in the case of losing weight or going on serotonin reuptake inhibitors in the case of depression. Then 3, you demolish the common wisdom by citing a credible source that states just the opposite or reveals something that shows this commonly accepted wisdom is not so black and white, like studies that show how bad refined white flour is when you're trying to lose fat, or that depression is caused primarily through a cognitive origin. Now, when you take these 3 simple steps, you position yourself far above those who create solutions based on commonly accepted wisdom. If that message reaches an open mind with a painful problem, you win a fan who's now anxious to hear what you have to say next. If they disagree, they'll leave, and your fan base is free to grow unimpeded. Of course, I hope it goes without saying that your provocative solution has been well researched and you believe it yourself. This isn't about a way of fooling people. It's just a way to position your solutions in the best light. Now, if you'd like to pick up a free copy of my brief on exactly how to create this first 20 seconds of your video, just click below, enter your email address, and we'll get it out to you right away. This brief, called The First 20 Seconds, How to Start Your Video Sounding Like a Pro, even if it's your first, goes into great detail and even gives you a template to follow at the end. It's the perfect way for you to follow up with this particular video. Okay, now, what exactly happens to your viewer after the call to action? That's step 2 in our high-level structure. It's a really simple thing, but like all simple things, it needs to be created in a very specific way if you want a real fan to come out of the discussion you started with your video. That simple item is what we'll create in the next episode. Hopefully with smaller elephants. See you next time on the 1 Minute Authority. You know, you really do make quite a big, Oh, you still here? What, can I? Oh, you know what? Actually, I do have a suggestion. If you want to make sure not to miss any of these episodes about creating your series, I would sign up to get them on the blog at Visible Authority, because that's where you can pick up all the good stuff that goes with the videos, like the PDFs. Okay, that's really it for now. So Horton and I will see you next week on the 1 Minute Authority.